Mitzivanu, Mitzivanu, lehadliknek. Mitzivanu, Mitzivanu, lehadliknek. Mitzivanu, Mitzivanu, lehadliknek. Shel Shabbat.
Light a candle. Everyone should understand that within each of us a lamp glows. Each lamp is like none other. We must work together to reveal our own light for all to see, making it a torch that can illumine the world. Ashavak Zila. This day is for Israel, is a joyous and blessed with light, happiness, and Shabbat rest.
Yom Zeh Yisrael, Shabbat Menucha, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Kidashta verachta oto bikol yamim, Kidashta verachta oto bikol yamim. V'sheshet kilitam melechet olamim, v'sheshet kilitam melechet olamim, v'matzu ha'amim, Hashem v'chah, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat v'chah, Shabbat. Yom Zeh Yisrael, Koven Simcha. Yom Zeh Yisrael, Koven Simcha. Simcha, Simcha, Koven Simcha, Koven Simcha. Yom Zeh Yisrael, Shabbat Menucha, Shabbat, Shabbat. Shabbat Menucha, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. We are in our Siddurim, the Lev Shalem, and we turn to page 5 to sing Shalom Aleichem, come in peace, angels of peace, messengers of the Most High. Page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalom. We turn to page 10, and Adira sings for us, Yedid Nefesh, beloved of my soul.
ידי נפש ידי נפש אב החמן משוך אבטח אל רצונך משוך אבטח לה 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 אל רצונה ירות אבטח כמו על יד ישתחווה לה 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 אל מלהדך.
And we now are on page 11, and Liza will translate the first phrase that we're going to sing for us. And you're Liza. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Let us go to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Arbaim shana kud bidor, va'omar am to'ei levavhem vehem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati v'yapim yivon el menuchati. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. We are moving on, and Lucy will, on page 13, Psalm 96. The heavens shall be glad.
The heavens shall be glad, and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar, the meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise, as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and peoples with divine truth.
And we sing a song from this psalm, please. Yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umelo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umelo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umelo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam umelo. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, ותגל הארץ.
לפני אדוני קיבה קיבה, לשפוט הארץ, לשפוט תבל בצדק, בימין באמונתו.
And we now turn to page 15 for Psalm 97. Adonai malach hagel haaretz yismechu im rabim.
Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy names. Tzadik, lev simha, simhu sadikim badonai, vehudu etzeher kodsho.
Now let us turn to page 23, Lecha Dodi, our main piyut, religious poem in the middle of our service, the moment where we greet the bride Shabbat, when the peace of Shabbat rests upon us. We're on page 23.
Likrat Shabbat Koven Religious Mekor Habracha Merosh Mikedem Nesucha Sov Maaseh B'Machshava Tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat. We go directly to the last stanza of Lecha Dodi, a few pages further, as we rise and turn toward the entrance to greet the bride, Shabbat. Shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emuneam segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrakala.
Please remain standing. We turn to page 39A for our Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
And our class will lead us. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
We have a responsive reading in English on page 39A, the bottom of the far left column. led by Dominic. Responsive.
Beloved are you, eternal God, by whose design the evening falls, and by whose command the dimensions, and eons pass away, stars spin in their ornaments.
You set the rhythms of day and night, the alteration of light and darkness sings your creating word.
The rising sun and the spreading dusk, creator of you are made manifest.
Eternal, everlasting God, may we always be aware of your commitment.
Beloved are you, Adonai, for this hour of nightfall. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uve Adonai Sivaot Shema El Chavakayom Taminim Lochalenu Elam Va'ed Baruch Atana Amari Paravi.
And we're on page 40. Here's Liza.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Hamesavta Torah Mitzvot Hukimu Mishpatim Otanu Limadeta Hakiran Alheinu B'Shofenu Ukavenu Nasiach Behukeha Venisnaf B'Divrei Torah Teha U'Mitzvoteha Le'olam Va'ed Ki Hem Hayenu Liorah Yameinu Uvehem Legel Le'olam Va'layla V'Yafteha Al Tasir Mimenu Le'olamish Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
All right, Shema, everybody. Stand up. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol meodecha. V'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher anochi nitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinamtam levavecha v'dibartam v'shivtecha b'beitecha ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וכשאתה להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבת על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. With these words I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eye. Inscribe them upon your doorpost of your home and on your gate.
And April will chant for us the last paragraph of this section, bottom of page 42.
Vayomer Adonai, Moshe Lemor, Daber El Bnei Yisrael, Ve'amar Ta'alehem, Ve'asu Lehem, Tzitzit, Al Kanfei V'Gdehem, Gadorotam, Venatanu, Al Tatzihid HaKanaf, Patio Teheled, V'Haya Lehem, Gatzitzit Hakana, Uritem, Ota, Usartem et kol mitzvot Adonai vitem otam velo taduru ahare migavavhem va'anahem mitzvahim Tiskaru vasitem et kol mitzvotai item kedoshim Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim Asher Yitzayim Hahem Meitzim Lihem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim Amen.
And Joy is now going to, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Let us turn to a responsive reading. We're on page 43b. You proclaimed the covenant on the seventh day. You declared it and decreed it. We listened and heard it. You loved this day. We inherited, delighting in its remembrance, and began his command with the word, remember, Zachor. From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Yeshurun, the people you redeemed, securing the cause of righteousness. You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days your world was formed. On the seventh day you rested. And on this day, Israel, your people rest. To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise.
And Joy leads us at the top of page 44.
Umalhuto veratzon kiblu alehem Moshe u'Miriam u'vanei Yisrael lecha shira b'simcha raba ve'ameru chulam mi chamocha elim l'Adonai mi banu HaKodesh Norah Tehilot Norah Tehilot No Sefer Malhuteha Ra'uvanecha Bokeyayam Lifnei Moshe Ze Ali Amenu ve'ameru Adonai Limloch le'olam va'ed Adonai Limloch le'olam va'ed V'ne'mar kifada Adonai et Yaakov Udgalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim.
And concluding page 45, Tehillah.
Use the microphone. I am. Ushemor Tzitenu. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. The people Israel shall observe Shabbat, maintaining it as an everlasting covenant through all generations. It is a sign between me and the people Israel for all time, that in 6 days Adonai made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day ceased from work and rested.
And that is the Vishamru in English, but we're going to sing it in Hebrew at page 46. Vishamru.
Please rise.
Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת
לדורותם ברית עולם אדירה.
ביני ובין בני ישראל אות היא לעולם אות היא לעולם
ושמרו בני
ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ונפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יש מרבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen.
Our Amidah for Friday nights begins on page 47, and we continue silently through to page 52, 47 to 52. Yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael imu amen. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Please remain standing for Kiddush, page 55.
Right. Support on Kiddush for Shabbat. Baruch atah
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher tishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho v'yahava, u'v'ratzon yinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh
Reshit.
Kihu yom
Oh, Israel. Nuvata. Ashta. Bat kodshecha ve'ava u'ratzon. V'shemo
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. Last week was Martin Luther King Day. You were all off school, right? Yes. No? Yes. Oh, good. So if you were to look at many of the pictures of Dr. King and many of the most important moments in his life, have you all learned about him at school? So you might notice that next to him on many of the pictures is a man with a big gray beard, and he has a kippah on his head. So who was he? So this man was Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. And he was with Martin Luther King, Dr. King, in very many of the most important moments. And they came from completely different worlds. Rabbi Heschel, he came from Europe, and he fled Europe just before the Holocaust. And as we know, Dr. King grew up in Georgia. So they came from very different worlds, but they both believed very strongly in a similar thing. And they were both devoted completely in their fight against racism and against any form of discriminating against other people. And so they became very close friends, despite having very different backgrounds, very close friends, because they shared a feeling about what they were doing in this world, what was important about being in this world, and about religion and about God and about the prophets. And so when they walked together at Selma, which was one of the big, I don't know if any of you learned about Selma at school, that was one of the big marches that Dr. King did. Right next to him, arm in arm, was Rabbi Heschel. And that day, Rabbi Heschel said, I felt that day that I was praying with my feet. And And so they had this really special friendship, the two of them together. So one of our rabbis from 1,000 years ago, Maimonides, says that there's different kinds of friendship in this world. And I'm wondering if you guys also have experienced this. There are different kinds of friendship. He says the first, the lowest, so to speak, a level of friendship is when you have a friendship with someone and it just happens to be that you're at the same place, you share a grade or you share a workplace or you live on the same street, the same circumstances. And it's just the right moment for you to be friends and you spend time together and you have a nice friendship, but it's not much more than that. And after, if you don't live in the same place, you're not in the same grade, you stop being friends. But then he says there's another level of friendship, the second level of friendship. What's the second level of friendship? He says that's when someone, your friend, really fulfills something that you need in your life. Like if you're more of a quiet kind of person and they're very talkative and they help bring that out of you, or someone who's really funny and you love to laugh. I don't know if any of you have friends who are really funny. And they know something about life that you don't, and you just complement each other well, and they give you something in your life, and that makes them a good friend that's with you for a very long time. But then he says there's yet another level to friendship, this is the highest level of friendship. And he says this is when you share with someone a really important belief of what it's like to live in this world, what's important about life, something really deep. And then whenever you're with them, you can just talk for hours or for a really long time. I don't know if any of you have friends like that too, where you just, the moment you're with them, you just talk and you have this special partnership. And Maimonides says this is very rare. It's hard to find that. But when you find a friend like that, you should hold on to it because they'll be someone who can walk through all of life with you, and because they share a mission in the world with you. And that mission, you might not discover it yet, but you may discover it together with that person. And that friendship can transcend time. You can ask your parents about this, but you could be away from them for a decade, for many years, and then you see them and it's like the conversation never ended. You take up that conversation again. And these people are like anchors in our lives. They're really important to hold on to. And actually in our parsha this week, which is all about Moses going to Egypt and facing Pharaoh. And do you think Moses has an easy time going to do this? No, it's really hard, right? He has to be in Egypt, but he has somebody with him. Who's that somebody? His brother, Aaron. And we think, well, of course, they were brothers, but the truth is that Moses, he grew up in Egypt. Aaron, he didn't grow up in the palace. Aaron didn't grow up in the palace. And Moses spent 40 years away from his family. So they didn't really know each other that well. But when they were 80 and 83 years old, they once again became really close and they did everything together. They supported each other. Aaron made the miracles happen, held the staff, did all of those. So what's the lesson? The lesson is if you have friends that are like that, and we hope that in Hebrew school and religious school, this is the kind of place you make those friendships of the highest level, that those friends are there with you for everything. And they're there to share a mission with you in life and something really deep. And also you should go out and try and be friends with other people in that way. And when you have friends like that, you can even do very difficult things like facing pharaohs and going down to Egypt. May we all find friends like that. Shabbat Shalom. So let us turn to Aleinu, page 56. Please rise. Nashivota elevavecha, Hi Adonai hu Elohim, Vashamayim b'ma'am, Please be seated. We turn to our mourners Kaddish. We are on page 58. So as a community, we are observing the following yard sites: Hai Bamberg, May Brodsky, Offner Moss, Sipora Chomsky, Samuel Korish, Isidore Cutler, Morton Einhorn, Ruth Epstein, Gussie Fishbane, Bertha Knippe, Minnie Goldberg, Libby C. Goodwin, Fanny Gross, Jacob L. Holland, Mordechai Joseph, Joseph Kaplan, Erwin Libby, Regina Lucas, Michael Mann, Philip Marks, Joseph Mizell, Eugene Mild, Harry Bernard Motlowitz, Abraham Al Walewski, Dick Plotnick, Melvin Rice, David Reimer, Lucille Shapiro, Louis Sidlow, Louis Silverman, Ethel Simon, Philip Stein, Jack Temple, Abe Wegg, Kenneth Zucker, Sam Zussman. If you're in mourning or observing a yard site, please rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra kehuteh v'yamlich machuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kariv v'imu. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitchumam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu Ve'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'ama v'imu. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imu. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imomav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. So I just want to share some words to all of you. Very, very impressive, really impressive, everything you did. It was so, you all have beautiful Hebrew and talented singing, and really you're well on your way to your bar and bat mitzvahs, and maybe we could have them a little bit early. What do you think? Not sure. It's just, you're a lovely class. You have a lot of life to you and you're fun, and just pleasure for all of us to see you grow up together here, and we can't wait to see what will come. And your Hebrew is so beautiful, and this is one of the joys of learning Hebrew, is that you're learning this service, and you can really go around the world to almost any synagogue in almost any country, and you're already learning pieces of a typical Friday night service, and will be able to join in and even lead parts by the end, or all of it, and speak a few words of Hebrew to Jews from around the world. And you'll have this powerful identity and sense of belonging, and that will always be with you. And so I'm sure you're valuing it now, but you'll value it in all the years to come. And we're also very proud of you. And I wanted to thank everybody, your teacher, Eileen, who's been Mora Eileen, who's been teaching you all this Hebrew and who's been taking you through all this, and your principal, David Schwartz, and Cantor Figa, who's been leading you through all these songs, and to your parents. And it's been a wonderful evening to hear you lead our Kabbalat Shabbat service. So Yesher Koach again, and now your principal, Mr. Schwartz, will say a few more words.
So I was paying attention, and it looks like you guys held the cantor to only 3 prayers, 2 of which I think he was pinch hitting for people who weren't able to be here, and 1 of which you have to be bar bat mitzvah to lead. So you guys did an amazing job. You totally took over the service, and Cantor Figa, I think next time that you have a vacation coming up on Shabbat, we can bring in the class to run the service because they did a great job. Thank you also, Cantor Figa, for creating this well-oiled machine. This service went very well, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Mora Eileen, for all of your work and for being here this evening. These kids have wonderful Hebrew, and a lot of it is because of you. So thank you for all of your work with them. And parents, we can't do this without you. So thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for putting in the time. Thank you for schlepping them regularly. It's very much a partnership, and we appreciate everything that you guys are doing to make this successful. A few words of logistics. After the service is over, you guys and your family members will be going that way, and you should find a seat quickly, because the sooner you do, the sooner we can eat. And we will do some blessings, and then we will have more logistical announcements after that. And Shabbat Shalom.
Before we
Shalom.
continue, I just want to add a few announcements, just a special plug for everybody to come to our musical Shabbat next Friday. And it's easy because there's a dinner, 6 to 6:30, a nice quick Shabbat dinner, if you want to come for that. And then the service is just very joyful. It's lovely. It's festive. It's dance together. It's suitable for all ages, for children and their parents and their grandparents. We dance around the aisles, and it's both fun and inspiring and uplifting. And next week we'll be celebrating a milestone with those. So we're going to have cake. So if you like cake, do anybody here like cake? Then I suggest you come to the service. For more information about all of our programs, including our annual meeting on Sunday, please see our website, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And it's my chance to tell you kids that you did great. Wonderful job. Great working with you. So much fun. There's so much energy, and there's so much intelligence and so much talent in this group. And we're looking forward to watching you grow and to continue with your Jewish studies. And we are now going to lead our congregation. Please stand up. And we're going to sing Adon Olam on page 211. And we're going to do the responsive version. So listen to us and repeat what we say. Let's sing Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Yitzir Nivra. Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam. Liachare Kidlo Takol Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam Vehu Aya Vehu Ove Vehu Yeh Betifara Adon Olam Adon Olam. Yitzir Nivra. Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni Li'am Shelo Li'achbira Adon Olam V'li Reishis V'li Tachlit V'lo Haoz V'am Yisra Adon Olam V'hu Eli V'chai Goali V'tzur Chavli B'etzara Adon Olam olam, vehu nisi umanos li, minat kose beyom ekra adon olam, viado avkidruchi, viet yishan viaira adon olam, veimruchi geviati, Adonai levelo era Adon olam, Adon.
Adon Olam. Asher Malach. V'ter go
Yitzir
Yitzir.
nivra li.
Nasa.
V'yev nasa b'ker.
Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam.
Please rise for a concluding bracha. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be He. Bless our 3rd and 4th graders and their families. May we continue to walk in the world with so much fun and joy and laughter. And may we do so with our friends, making this world a better place. And let us say, Amen.
Yivarechech Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May Adonai bless and protect you.
Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May Adonai's countenance shine upon you. May Adonai bestow kindness upon you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May Adonai's countenance be lifted towards you. May Adonai grant you peace. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Good job.